sitting at home, couldn't stand it. It was such a beautiful day, even after a long day at work. Decided to come out here for a little while, and I'm gonna swing this area again because it's shaded down here at the park. Right here in this section. In the 1850s and 60s, there was a hotel and another business right here. I've swung over here before. Actually, I've swung out here quite a bit, but I'm gonna try it again today for a little while. Not gonna use the harness. I'm gonna hold the camera today with my hand, see how that works out. First signal, jump. Huge, gigantic iron. I'm not carrying it, so I had to bring it back to the truck. Pull tab, yay. Highlight reel is full of race cars. Beautiful, historic place to hunt, but you get down here like this and this is what you have to deal with. Signals that sound like this, they're all shallow. You just can't help but dig them. Sounded like a $50, but right over there there's a historical sign talking about this place in the late 1700s, early 1800s. This is where the two rivers meet. And yeah, but I'm still digging trash, even though I'm in a spot that could produce something very historical. Well, I think I've officially proven it. They dropped beer cans here in the 70s, 60s. I ain't even pulling this thing apart to look at it, but there's gotta be coins here too. Well, at least it was round. So I finally feel like I got a pretty good target going on here, and it's small and real tight, and I go down to pull it out, and yeah, it's a little bit of a screw. So I got a deep signal. It's a mid to high 90, and it's kind of tight. I haven't tried to film anything today hardly because it's harder without this chest mount than what I thought. Doing stuff one-handed is rough. Anyway, I'm gonna pause you and then I'm gonna dig some more and then I'll stick you back in there. Well, I didn't get a chance to pull it out with you in my hands, but this thing feels like a cannonball. It is so heavy. I have no idea what it is. It's just like melted metal altogether. I'm not sure what happened down here, or what this is, but it's heavy and thick. Talk about a scare me signal. I have no idea what it is, but it looked like that. Okay, probably doesn't look to you, but it's almost dark. Been all over this place today and not a lot to talk about. So I'm back down at the park today. I think the goal today may not be a hopefully I'll be making a metal detecting video, but it's more of a fact-finding mission. Late 1700s, this corner here was a trading post on this river. Indian occupied, military had to fight through here. All sorts of history happened down here. My problem is that I can't find any of it. So I'm on a fact-finding mission today. The ferry port was somewhere down here on this riverbank. I'm gonna look for one of two ferry ports that was here, one that went across the river to the next part of Kentucky, and then the other that went to Indiana. If I find anything or if I get anything close, I'll get back. First target, no indication of what I'm looking for. Have no idea what it is. Down by the water, I don't know what I got. whatever I got, it's in here. Oh, there it is. And I guess when you metal detect down by the river, you should expect to find lead. But not the kind of lead you want. Sinkers. I'll take that as a win, though. Haven't found anything good in a couple days, so. Gold plated bottle cap. That's a big sinker. Number 3. Another penny. Makeup. So if I'm sitting here now in front of this camera, then that means that the metal detecting this week didn't go that well. And that's fine. Most weeks we don't have perfect weeks, and we have to hunt 3 or 4 times to even put together enough scraps for a video. However, I got something that's more along the lines of the history side of my channel to share this week. And this one might take up a little bit of your time, but I'm sure you're going to find it completely interesting. Now, to start this off, the fact of the matter is that my brother-in-law was getting ready to help my wife's cousin get ready to move. And they had acquired a old suitcase from an older lady down the road from him that was cleaning out her attic and such. The old suitcase appeared to be empty. It didn't seem to have anything in it. So they had it at their house, and it sat there for 3 years. And today, my brother-in-law went in there to get it out to make sure there was nothing in it and get it ready for my wife's cousin to make his trip. And lo and behold, he opens it up and he sees something sticking out of one of the side pouches. This is what he found. It is a book that shows all the paper money from the Confederate States from the Civil War. It's a 1959. It's a second edition of this book, and it's almost in perfect condition. Once again, you might say, why is that important? Because when he started looking through the book, and he came about 4 or 5 pages in, the first thing that popped out was this. That's a Confederate $10 bill. Now granted, we all know that a lot of the Confederate money is not really have a lot of high value. There's some that are fairly rare and stuff like that. But I'm going to take some time here today, and we're going to go through what all was in this book, and I'll take some nice close-ups, and you can get some ideas of the paper money that was left in this book and put away for somebody to find or to save and mistakenly lost. The first $10 bill series, building an urn with commerce, seated at the left. Patterson had earlier used the pre-war design on a Confederate certificate under the Act of May 16, 1861. The rest of the design, including the train on the right, is identical to number 15 of Hoyer and Ludwig, showing the close connection of their work. 24 plate letter varieties. It's $1 for a good one and $5 for an uncirculated. Please note the values given are based on a 1959 scale. The next bill in the collection that we had is the $20. It's in pretty poor condition. It's the industry seated behind large 20 with Cupid and Beehive at sides. Vice President Alexander H. Stevens at lower left. Hope with good anchor at right. Plain and watermarked paper. $1 for a good condition and a $5 for an uncirculated. This was issued in 3 different series, which account for 51 plate number varieties. The next bill in the collection is the XX $20 bill with the Tennessee State Capitol, Nashville. Bust of Alexander H. Stevens, Vice President of the Confederate States, in the lower right. Blue ornate reverse with denomination. About 75 cents for a good copy and $3.50 for an uncirculated. First series only. Face of tower on Capitol with and without shading. had 56 plate, letter, and printing firm varieties. In the highest quality shape, the $10 field artillery with the bust of R.M.T. Hunter, a Confederate cabinet member at the lower right, pink and black. Blue Web reverse with denomination, plain paper, 35-cent good to $1.35 uncirculated. This is the most commonly available Confederate note today, issued in series 1 to 10 without series, over 100 plate letter varieties, plus many insignificant differences in plate letters. And lastly in the collection is the Confederate C note, the $100 bill, titled The Women of the South, as represented by Lucy H. Pickens. Two soldiers at the lower left bust, with George W. Randolph, Confederate cabinet member, at the lower right, pink and black. Blue Web reverse with denomination, plain paper, 85-cent for good and $4 uncirculated. Series 1 and 2 and without series, 12 plate letter varieties, A, B, C, and D of each. There are probably over 100 minor varieties due to differences in engraving and size of notes within frame line. Some have attributed the differences in size to paper shrinkage, but this would hardly cause more than 1/8 of an inch difference, while some notes may be as much as 5/16 inch shorter. Other sizes in between with less pronounced differences in width. Please note, with all the variances and the different ways that this bill was printed, we ended up with a lot of different types of counterfeit bills for this bill. Finding them is not too hard to do, but there's a lot of them out there in circulation today. So as it turns out, the best items in my historical collection this week did not end up being metal. We stumbled upon this collection. It's amazing that it has the book in such good condition with it, and I think I'm going to treasure these for a long time. I did not have the best week in metal detecting. I did not come up with any very cool coins, but I'm still left smiling at the end of the week of my treasure hunting because I've got this to add to my collection. Thank you very much for watching.